start our lesson. Today's topic is what is a test and test types. So what is test for you? Do you know what is test?
To check learners' learning. To check learners' learning process.
Learning process, their knowledge, yes, progress maybe. Okay, good job. So into our presentations. Here in our content we are going to discover about the test itself and its types, okay? So you said we use tests to check or identify learners' knowledge or achievement, like yes? So it's like a method, yes? Test is a method of checking. And then it measures what? It measures abilities and performances. Yes. And the second main part of our presentation is about test types. What kind of test types do you know? Okay, multiple choice. Is it a test type or is it a testing method?
IQ, no, it's not, maybe it's psychological tests or diagnostical tests.
Yeah, diagnostic test.
Logical test.
What?
Logical
test? Like, when we are, so imagine that you are going to the course, yes, and it's your first day, and the teacher gives you this, the test of, as you said, multiple choice, consists of 100 questions, yes? And after that, he or she, the teacher, will decide if you are level B1 or B2 or like B2 plus, or if whether you should start learning English from the beginning, elementary or like that. So what kind of test this will be? Diagnostical. Okay, placement test, yeah? Yeah. So here test types are the questions that will help us to design tests. So test can be language aptitude test. Have you ever heard about it? Language aptitude. What is aptitude? No. It's like a synonym with talent. Yes. Okay, we will discover it further in our next slide. Next type is proficiency tests. Do you know this? What are they? Can you give example? Proficiency, yes. IELTS test, TOEFL test,
Duolingo,
APTIS, Duolingo, like this. Yes. Next one. Placement test. Yes, about identifying their levels. Yeah. And next one is diagnostic test, as the Nura talked about. Yeah. And then achievement test. What is achievement test? When do we use that?
To gain.
Yes, achieve is gaining, yes? To gain, to obtain, to reach to the target, yes? So achievement test, here will be, we'll set the goal beforehand. For example, after a month's time, you will check whether you achieved that level or not. Yeah? Okay, so let's continue. So we discovered what is test. Yeah? To what can we use this method? To what? To check, for example, writing skills, for example, yes? Language aspects like grammar, vocabulary, yeah? And so on. Here, this is used as an instrument, as a technique, procedure, or even an item. Okay. And here, to qualify, a method must be what? Explicit and structured. Explicit and
clear.
Yes, clear and structured with certain structures. Yes. For example, here First one. Writing prompt with scoring rubric. What is a rubric? Do you know? Rubric. You don't know. Rubric is for example, rubric is when we take a test. After the test, for example, let's say total 50 points, yes? After, for example, you gain from that 40 points, yes? And in the rubric, it will be written to which mark this point corresponds to.
It's like a rules?
Like, yes, marking system, like, if you, yes, if correct answers are from, what, between 40 and 50, it will correspond to mark 5, yes?
It's like a criteria, yeah?
Criteria, yes, as you said. Good job. So here, with scoring rubric, after each test type, we should have a clear rubric, criteria. Yeah? Next one, what about this? What do you think?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice, or, yes, as you said. This kind of multiple choice, in what test do we have? Options, yes. We will have maybe 1, 2 options, 3 or 4. Yes? And the last one? It can be oral interviews, yes, oral. Yes, spoken, yes, not written. Okay. So, we said test must measure, firstly, general ability, specific competences, or objectives. Yep. So here, multi-skill proficiency test, as you said, like IELTS, CFR, multi-level in our countries, like, yes? And also the quizzes on recognizing correct use of definite articles in the classroom can also correspond to this what measurement, okay? Next type is, we said here general, no, also it can be individual. It can measure individual ability, yes? Okay, so, for example, it can be through test taker competences. Like here we said multi-level, yes? Multi-level, because each individual takes it for their own, yes? And gets their results for themselves. It will be individual. Okay. Next. So here, most language tests measure one's ability to perform language to speak. Yes. To writing, yes. And reading and listening skills. Yes. We have here 4 types of language skills to be measured. Okay. Next part, types of tests. At the beginning of our presentation, we mentioned that there are how many types? 5. Can you remember?
Yes.
Achievement.
Achievement. Diagnostic. Proficiency. And the first one, language. Aptitude test. Yes, language aptitude test. Here. Before that, there are also some types of questions that we, as a teacher, should consider before designing a test. So, what are they? What are they? Let's learn. First one. What is the purpose of the test? Without the purpose, we cannot design any test. We shouldn't. Yes? It should have a clear purpose. Next one. What are the objectives of the test? This objective is when we mentioned that students will be able to do. Yes? Yes. But aim is for teachers, objective is for the student base. Yes? Okay. Next, third one. How will the test we should consider both types. Objective also from student side and the purpose or aim from teacher side. Yes? Okay. Next one. How will the tasks be selected the separate items arranging? Okay, it's about the way of your designing the tests, whether it will be multiple choice or true false or open-ended question like this. Yes. And the last one?
Completion.
Yes. Gap filling task. Yeah. And the last fifth question is what kind of scoring, grading, or feedback is expected from the test? After doing the test, are you given the feedback or the scoring?
Yes.
Yes. So it means that your test corresponds or can respond to these 4 or 5 questions. Yes. Okay. What is scoring?
It's the result.
Result. Your own scores. Yes. Points like grading. Assessing according to your performance. Yes. And feedback is to give comments based on your performance. Like we have constructive feedback, positive, negative feedback. Yes. Okay. Next one. Here, Professor Brown. According to Professor Brown, there are 5 types of tests. We talked about earlier. First one, language aptitude test. It's a kind of test to check if the learner can learn a foreign language, a new or foreign language. Yes, to measure capacity or general ability to learn a foreign language. Okay, there are examples. For example, you can see MLAT or PLAB. Yeah. These types of tests considered language aptitude tests. Next, proficiency tests. You know what type of test is it? To test global competence in the language and tests overall ability. Yes? Standardized tests. Okay. And here, for example, test of English as a foreign language. Have you ever seen this format of this test? Yes?
Yes.
Similar to us, but it's TOEFL. Yes. And placement test here. To place a student into a particular level or section of a language curriculum of school. At the beginning of the course, yes? For example, we have also specific placement test named PSLPT. It's English as a second language placement test. It's taken in foreign countries, abroad, not in our country. So to check if the immigrant mostly knows the language better. Yes. Next, 2 more types: diagnostic test and achievement test. What you said about diagnostic test?
Current level.
Current level? Okay. So diagnostic test is to diagnose or check, specify specific aspects of a language. So here, eliciting information on what students need to work on.
Which level I'm gonna?
No, mostly it's taken ongoing process while the teaching learning process, yes? And this. And it, as you can see here, in any time of the process of learning. So mostly after starting the course or subject, after the week, for example, or months. So, have you understood this test type? So
Now, education center. They use a diagnostic system to divide write people's on based on their level.
Based on their level. Okay, then it will be
Our grammar skill. And then they divide or pass.
Then you use both types.
Placement
Both types. Next one is achievement test, as you mentioned it. What? Here, the example. First diagnostic test was from Clifford Prater. So, a typical diagnostic test of oral production. So, based on speaking also. And here, achievement test is to analyze the extent to which students have acquired language features that have already been taught during the course. Yes? So, at the end of the process. So, can we also take achievement test after completing one unit? Yes. 1 unit. And okay, yes. That's
Especially in schools.
and yes, at school we have this test. Yeah, mostly. Okay, now let's see this old man. Who do you think this man is? Yeah, it is Brown. Professor Brown. The full name is Henry Douglas Brown. He is, yes, a very famous scientist, researcher. You can see that he is the professor emeritus of ESL at San Francisco State University. What does the emeritus word mean? Yes, this word. Have you ever heard?
No.
Emeritus.
It's a great.
So it's yes, it's a synonym of the word retired.
Retirement.
Yes, retired. Yes, it's definitely. Oh yes, here you can see the references. Okay. Any questions?